This is Father Andrew Ritchie, and you're listening to Catholic Inspiration, a podcast from my website at studyprayserve.com. These homilies, presentations, and retreats form part of my ministry as a Catholic priest for the Diocese of Superior. And now I invite you to open your hearts to some Catholic inspiration. Today is Thursday of the first week of the year. Our gospel reading is Mark chapter 1, verses 40 to 45. A leper came to him and kneeling down begged him and said, "If you wish, you can make me clean." Moved with pity, he stretched out his hand, touched the leper, and said to him, "I do will it, be made clean." The leprosy left him immediately. He was made clean. Then warning him sternly, he dismissed him at once. Then he said to him, "See that you tell no one anything, but go, show yourself to the priest, and offer for your cleansing what Moses prescribed. That will be proof for them." The man went away and began to publicize the whole matter. He spread the report abroad so that it was impossible for Jesus to enter a town openly. He remained outside in deserted places, and people kept coming to him from everywhere. I love this passage because it gives us an insight into the heart of Jesus and what happens when we draw near to him. A leper, that horrible disease of leprosy, a leprosy that afflicted the skin. And, in the ancient world, true Hansen's disease, leprosy, they had that. But they had a lot of other skin diseases that just got lumped into it sometimes. And to be isolated, cut off, separated from your community, unable to interact with others, unable to work, truly to be isolated and off at a distance, where you had to really survive on whatever people would offer out of pity. But here you have this leper interacting with Jesus. I want you to note a couple of things here. First, we're told that the Lord is moved with pity. You have in the heart of Jesus this longing, this natural sorrow at the plight of the human condition when it is wounded. So Jesus, the healer, who longs to bring aid and assistance, help and healing to us. But then I love this. We're told Jesus stretches his hand and touches the leper. Folks, that's a very important point because you weren't supposed to do that in the ancient world. You touch a leper and now you're going to be branded with the leper's disease. And you could be isolated, cut off, separated. Not Jesus. He touches the leper. That there is no disease that's going to afflict the Lord. Rather, he has the power and authority to bring healing. In other words, there's no barrier that keeps people in their weakness and woundedness, their sickness, their disease, their sins. There's no barrier that keeps us from Jesus. He stretches his hand to touch us and bring healing. I will it, be made clean. So we know the heart of Jesus, that pity that he takes on our plight. We know the power of Jesus. Nothing can be a barrier to his grace. And now we know the divine will to restore us, to heal us, to cleanse us, to renew us, that we might have a newness of life. You want good news? Here it is. We see the gentle heart of Jesus, the longing of Jesus, the desire of Jesus, the power of Jesus to bring healing and restoration. Friends, this is our takeaway today. Because I don't know about you, but there's plenty of times in life where we all experience brokenness, woundedness, sin. There are times when we've made mistakes, we've messed up. And we can come to Jesus just like this leper. If you wish it, you can make me clean. We have the possibility to approach the Lord each and every day. Lord, I long to be cleansed, healed, renewed. Maybe we do that in our daily prayer. Maybe we run to the sacrament of confession. Maybe that means that we pause for a moment in the silence of our hearts to really reflect on what is broken, that we can present that to the Lord. But friends, we don't need to fear anything here. This reveals the heart and longing of Christ. This shows us who this Messiah is that we follow. So may we, knowing the heart, knowing the compassion of Christ, may we run to him with whatever's broken, whatever's wounded, body, mind, heart, or soul, to the one who longs to make us clean. Now that might mean that we've got something, a real barrier, a real obstacle, a real pain that we are carrying. Bring that to Jesus. But maybe that also means that we've got a situation in our life, our family, our friendship, where we work, where you're just seeing something's broken, someone's in real pain. I'd be willing to bet that we might want to offer our prayers on their behalf, asking the Lord to touch, cleanse, heal, renew whatever's broken in their lives. We got plenty to pray for. Whatever's going on in our hearts and in the relationships around us. But may we draw near to Jesus. He wills to make us clean. He longs to make us whole. God bless you all. This is Father Andrew, and I hope this podcast inspires your faith. Now, if you found it helpful, please share it with a friend. And you can help me by leaving a rating and a review. I keep all my listeners in my daily prayers, and I ask for your prayers in return. God bless you, my friends.